All right, here we go. Aswand Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you a perspective on teamwork that you will not get anywhere else. It's been about, 48 hours since my initial response to the brutal beating and death of Trey Nichols, and 48 hours later, I've watched the reactions to it. I've read some of the stuff, some of the comments that. Not some of the one of the main comments, one of the comments that was posted under my initial reaction to it, and the main one, as always, the main one that has really, I thought I was done talking about it. I really did. I thought I was finished talking about it, but as always, RC Ryan Clark fanned the flames with an epic. I mean, he laid it out. The rant yesterday was spot on in terms of what he said about the situation, his reaction to the situation, and it compelled me. It's on my heart now to give you a little bit more, to give you more context, and I have to tell this story. I have to tell this story because he too, as you watch that video, as you watch Trey Nichols being beaten to death by 5 black men, he too, and not just he too, but I'm 1,000% sure it's the truth for every single black man that had to watch that. And by the way, I do apologize if, showing that video on my previous video, I do apologize if that was insensitive to anyone. I'll own that. I probably shouldn't have put the video on it. But here's the thing, the trust issues, all right? And I have to tell this story. Because of I've been back and forth about telling this story for a couple weeks now, but ever since now that the whole Trey Nichols situation happened, I have got to tell this story. It was back when I just graduated from Stony Brook University. I was working at a health club. I was working at a new gym. This gym was fairly new. It just opened up. The name of the gym was Spunk Fitness. And I had a colleague. His name was Osofu. I believe he was like in his early 30s, and I was just 23 at the time, right? And there was a member whose name is completely slipping my mind right now. I believe it was Ofi. I can't remember who it was, but for the sake of this, we'll just call him O, right? And so O comes in, he's tatted up. And the thing is, I've seen him around because I know he went to Springbrook. He was kind of one of the community guys and stuff like that. So he was kind of the guys I seen around and stuff like that in Montgomery County. And O comes in with this seat, like he's tatted up, dreads all over the place. I mean, he's in the gym every day doing his thing, right? And he came in one time, he had just put a CD up because I guess he was going to be a rapper or whatever. And he looks at Osofu and he goes, "Oh, so yo, I got a CD in my car." Basically, he's saying, I got a CD in my car, I'll give it to you for free or whatever, because he had just put a CD out. He was trying to get some circulation, all that kind of stuff. And Osofu said something that was very powerful. He's very powerful, and I want you guys to take this in. It was incredibly powerful what he said. He goes, whoa, wait, no, I'm gonna pay for it. I'm gonna pay for it. And as O looks at Osofu, and he looks at him like, oh, okay, damn. And Osofu, he goes, yeah, that's the problem. Us brothers don't support each other. We don't support each other. All right. And that moment was incredibly powerful for me because, again, that is our problem. We do not support each other enough. All right. I'm going to fast forward. I say we don't support each other. I'm not even just talking about black on black. I'm talking about just minorities, in terms of minorities. When it's set up right now. And if anyone wants to debate me on this, I'm open to it. All right. It's set up for us people who come up with something, have a product, have some distribution. It's set up. It forces us to go to a different ethnicity to go get our stuff some circulation, to go create sales, to go take our product, our idea to another level. Here's what I mean by that, all right? So fast forward a couple years later, I'd already moved to Florida, and I had just come up with the idea of Swiftly, meaning I had the manuscript. This was 4 or 5 years ago now, roughly about 4 or 5 years ago, probably approaching 5 years ago. I had the manuscript of Swiftly ready, and I was shopping it to different book publishers. I'm brand new. I've never been a published author. It's my first time doing it. I had no idea what I was doing. And I get an offer from a book publisher saying that they were going to take about 70% of the sales. And I was this close. I was this close to taking that deal until there was a member at the time. I was a trainer at a gym named 9 Round Kickboxing and Fitness. And there's a member, a white lady who is over in young looking, over her 50s. Her name, I don't like to put her age out there, but very young looking, over 50-year-old woman. All right, Rebel. But there's a Cheryl, her fighter name was Rebel. White lady who had edited like 6 books. She did the proofreading for like 6 books. And immediately I told her the deal. And what she did was she immediately messaged her friend. And it was her friend who told her to tell me to go with Amazon KDP. I believe I still even have for social proof, I even probably still have the message in my email. All right, go with Amazon KDP. It saved me a ton of money. It made it so the book actually got published. Got me? Now, when it comes to the support, and what I mean when I say, if you want your product to have distribution, if you want your product to go to the next level, you have got to trust people from another ethnicity. All right, this same guy, RC, Ryan Clark, all right, that I started, and I'll close you out with this because I'm a regular consumer of the Pivot podcast. It's a podcast in which he hosts that has done extremely, extremely well. I just listened a couple days ago to their 1-year anniversary, and they kept mentioning the name Alicia. Alicia is just as much part of the success as anyone. And as I'm doing my research, as I was getting ready for today's Move Swiftly Thought, I noticed Alicia is a white lady. Alicia's a white lady. She's the one. I mean, you get 3 black dudes who are the face of it, but she's the one behind the scenes, making sure the clips are on point, making sure certain things are edited, making sure we are being uplifted to another level. That's what I mean. Okay? And even furthermore, in fact, actually, you know what? Let me not even bring that up. Bottom line is, if you're of any sort of minority and you're trying to get your product and you're trying to get your business, you're trying to get your thing, whatever it is you're doing. I mean, just think about the whole thing. All right, just think about the whole thing. When you have a podcast like I do, when you have a book, when you're in the thought leadership world, look at the kinds of people that are growing. Look at the kinds of people that are taking things to the next level. And then you tell me who the hell it is I'm supposed to trust. You tell me. Aswand Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking out. You guys can, in fact, before I even close, I'm going to send you to my website, MAKEYAMOVE. The reason I'm shutting myself up right now is because I can get very, very long-winded on this very subject. And in fact, what I will do, I'll do a full podcast episode for it. I'll do a full podcast episode. Just stay tuned. Stay very tuned, because that's going to be the episode. There's something I'm going to actually work on your game live. I'm going to that this weekend. It's a live event hosted by Dre Baldwin, and he's been promoting it for months, and I'm super, super pumped about it. And my whole system, there's a whole lot of things that I'm going to be changing about my system and making my system a little more feasible and profitable and things like that. So stay tuned. I'm gonna come back to this topic very, very soon. If you're listening to this on the Move Swiftly podcast, just hit the follow button, and stay tuned, because I will have a whole lot more. I'll be a little more organized in my thoughts, and I will keep myself from going off on a tangent, off on a soapbox, and on my soapbox. All right. Aswand Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.